On September 6th, 2019, our life as we knew it changed forever. We had just come back from a family holiday in Europe. During our trip, Lena just wasn't her usual self. She wasn't sleeping, she was barely eating, she had low energy, and she wanted to be in my arms every waking moment of every day. I kept telling myself, something just isn't right. This isn't my little girl. The day after we landed in Montreal, we rushed Lena to the emergency of the Montreal Children's Hospital because on top of her unusual behavior, we noticed bruising all over her body and head. Within just 2 hours after having walked through those hospital doors, we were told the most devastating news of our life. That our 21-month-old daughter had high-risk acute lymphoblastic leukemia. The next few days were a blur. Lena underwent countless tests, scans, and procedures. She had a portacath inserted into a large vein connected to her heart. By Tuesday, just 4 days after having been admitted to the oncology unit at the Children's, she began her first phase of intense chemotherapy treatments. We were told right from the get-go that these treatments would last approximately 3 years. The doctors looked at us with heavy hearts and told us to forget our life as we knew it. In an instant, everything had changed. All of our plans, dreams, businesses had come to an abrupt halt. We had one focus, and one focus only, and that was our little girl. Through the tears, anger, frustration, and unanswered questions, I knew that I had to be strong for our little girl. I had to step up for her and for my family and spring into action. There was no time, there was no room for anything else. We had to weather the storm. We had to be strong for our little girl. In the darkest days following Lena's diagnosis, when I was looking for motivation to keep going and stay positive while she began her intense chemo treatments, I came across a quote that spoke to me in the deepest way. The quote read, "After every storm, there is a rainbow, no matter how long it takes to show up." I desperately wanted to find that rainbow. But first, I knew we had to get through the storm. We had to fight with everything that we had in us to make sure that our little girl would be okay. We chose resilience. We wanted to make sure that through it all, Lena wouldn't miss out on any childhood milestones, that she would still get to laugh, sing, dance, and play the way that any other child would, in a very, very different environment, however. The Children's quickly became our second home. The doctors, nurses, and staff on the oncology unit became our family. We spent holidays with them, birthdays with them, anniversaries with them. They did everything they could to make sure Lena would feel like a child. She had weekly visits from Dr. Clown and music therapy sessions. Child Life would come to her room and bring her toys, puzzles, and coloring books. Anything and everything to make her feel as comfortable and entertained as possible. Through Lena's fight, it became clear to me that we have to learn from our kids. This little girl smiled through fear. She danced through pain. She laughed through her discomfort. An adult, having gone through everything that Lena's been through, would be completely depleted. But not this little girl. Supergirl, you're brave, you're brilliant, and you're so resilient. Although you're not even 3 yet, you're such an inspiration. I also realized through all this that as parents of young children, we never think that it will happen to us. We hear about cases of childhood cancer, but we never think that it will happen to our child. Until it is us, until it does happen. And trust me when I tell you, you never expect it to happen to you. You need to know that it can happen to you. You hope that it never does, but if it does, you have to be ready for it. We weren't. You have to have those what-if discussions. You have to know what your options are, and you have to plan for the unexpected. It started with our little girl, but now it's about all children. It's about the children that are fighting a similar battle. It's about the children that Lena has shared the oncology unit with at the Children. It's about the children that have been diagnosed and the children that will be diagnosed in the future. It's about all childhood cancers. It's about the fight against childhood cancers. It's about finding new methods, new treatments, and hopefully, someday soon, a cure. This is the Lena Fund's mission. We want to educate you, we want to inspire you, and at the same time, we want to support the Montreal Children's Hospital. Lena has received remarkable care and support from the Children's, and we're forever grateful. We have so many ideas and so many projects in store. We're committed to shining bright, and we want each and every one of you right there by our side, shining with us. With your continued support, we are determined to find that rainbow for all children.